Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how I made this A-line dress. If it's something you're interested to watch, keep watching. Make sure to like our video, subscribe. These are the materials that I need for my project, the tools that I need to work on them, my chalk, and I folded the fabric into two. You know, Ankara has 45 by length, so you have to fold it on the other side of the edges. That's the English mouth to the other English mouth to get a full length, because what I need, the length I need for this is 61. So what I have is 62. So now I'm marking out my baseline. Mark out your baseline like so and just connect. Now I'm going to take my chest measurement. I'm going to take my full measurement. The measurements that I need for this, I need my bust measurement, my hip measurement. I basically don't need my waist measurement, though I will impute it just to use as a guide, but it's not needed on this tutorial. But if you're on a bigger size, like the person you're making it for has a large tummy kind of, you need to, maybe if the tummy around the waist is bigger, you can take the measurement so that you have a perfect fit. This is my chest line. I went down by 8. So do your math, calculate your bust measurement, divide it by 6, whatever you have, add 1.5, that will give you your chest line. So now I'm going to take my nipple point, my shoulder to my nipple point measurement. Use your measurement, please, and connect like so. And I'm going to take from there, I would mark out my waistline. This will enable me get my hip measurement properly. But if you have your shoulder to your hip direct, you can just impute it. So I'm using 9 for this case. From my waist to my hip line is 9 for the person I'm making this for. So just connect like so. I'm just redefining my lines so that you can see it. That's my chest line and my nipple point and my hip line, sorry. So now I'm going to go do the measurement for my neck. My shoulder measurement is I'm using 7.5, but I'm using 8 because I'm cutting directly on the fabric. So the ½ inch is for the sewing allowance. Then I'll connect it. I'll mark it down again so I can have a straight line. Then I'll connect. Connect yours like so. So I'm going to take I'm dividing my bust measurement by 4. Whatever bust measurement you have, divided by 4 with your tape and place it on your fabric like so and mark it. So I'm going to extend that line to my nipple, to my shoulder to nipple point line, like so. I added 2 inch sewing allowance. So I'm going to go to my hip measurement and impute my hip measurement divided by 4. I will impute it there. I will add my sewing allowance, 2 inch sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect them like so from the chest line to the nipple point line, direct to the hip line. So you can see that there is no waist measurement here, and that's because I will get to that. Let's just go. Now you connect from that point down to the hip line, to the baseline, sorry. like so. Just spread it down. Depend on how wide you want it. You can make it to the tip of the fabric. It's all depend on what you want. Then it's also advised you can go up from the baseline by 1.5, then curve it if you want it to have that curve. But if you want it to just be straight, you can leave it like this one is straight. So blend off any sharp edges you have. And now let's connect the neck depth for the front. For the neck depth, I did 6.5. Depend on 6.57 is okay, but I did 6.5. But by the time I'm done sewing, I will have 7. Yeah. So the neck width is, I did 3.5 for this. Then I'm going to connect like so with a slant. Please, I would like to say don't curve too much. You see me curving a little. That's because I want it to be more open towards the upper part. But be sure not to curve it too much, because if not, you're not going to have a V, that sharp V you want anymore. So I did my shoulder slanting. I did 1, and I'm going to add my shoulder allowance 0.5. And I'll connect. So this is for the front pattern. That's the front layer of the fabric. So now I'm going to divide my shoulder into 2 from the first slanting place, and divide it into 2, then go in by 0.5, and I'm going to connect. So this is what we have. Now it's time to cut out. So I was saying that for the down part, you can curve it. You can go down by 0.5 and curve it. Okay? If you want it curvy, it's totally up to you. Then cut your shoulder slant. Now, when you're done cutting your shoulder slant, you're going to leave it. Just notch the waist neck width and place your fabric on the back pattern, the back fabric. Then take out 1.5 or 2 inch or 1 inch for your zipper allowance. So I went for the neck depth. I did 1.5, and I'm going to connect it. The back basically has no much work on it because all the work was in the front. It's just a little alteration that we're doing for the back. So you connect your back neck depth like that. So now we're going to take from our shoulder measurement, we're going to take my waist measurement and indicate it like so on the zipper side. And we're going to do a zipper contouring. I'm going to go in by 1. You know I did 1.5 for the zipper allowance. So I'm going to go in by 1, connect it to the zipper neck point, then connect to the hip point. Then I'll just cut out. That's what I will do. That will help us eliminate any bulginess. I know it's a straight dress, but just to give it that little flat, make it shapy, because I'm not adding that allowance on the dress. Please take note of that. Some people do add that allowance on their A-line, but I don't. On this particular tutorial, I didn't add. So you can add if you want to, but if you know you're adding your data allowance, you make sure you add replace the allowance while cutting. I'm just pointing it out, but for this tutorial we didn't do that. So now I'm going to cut out like so. And slit the other part open. Then repeat the same process for the down part. I'm going to notch my zipper point on the neckline. So go ahead and notch yours. Then I'll slit the down part. And here now we have our two pieces. We're going to cut the facing for the front. So from my neck depth, I'm going to go down by 5. You can do 5, you can do 6, you can do 7, depend on how long you want it. So from the shoulder, I went in by 3. So what I'm going to do now, I will connect from that 5 point to meet that 3, like so. Just slant it like that, and then look at it very well. If you feel it's not that curvy, it's not the shape you want, just correct it. And sewing, tailoring, everything about tailoring takes patience. So now I'm going to cut out the neck depth. So by the time I'm done sewing, I'll have like 4.5. So that's why I said you can do 6, you can do 7. You can go down from your neck depth by 6 or 7. It all depends on what you want to achieve. But if you like it the way it is on the picture tutorial, you follow the process that I did. If not, you can alter it. So cut out for the front. We're not cutting for the back because we're using lining for it. So it's just the front that I need. So this is what we have if you open it. So by the time I cut my line, I'm going to match my lining, then top stitch the neck of my line. I'm not going to turn the front panel with the neck of my lining, but for the back, I'm going to turn the back with the lining, if that makes sense. So now I'm done. I sewed this wrong side, right side of the interface, facing the wrong side of the fabric. That's the lining part. So by the time I'm done sewing, I notch the middle point. Only the middle point need notching. Then I will turn over like so, and I'll give it a good press to relax it, like you see me do. You just have to take your time, make sure they align, arrange it very well, and press down. Repeat the same process on the other side as well. So when you're done pressing, you fold in with your 0.5. Fold it in. Just take your time, especially towards the edge part of the V-sharp edge part of the facing, because the beauty of the V needs to show, it needs to come out. So just take your time. It's not a rocket science. All you need is just patience. Yeah, and if you've watched up to this part, you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please kindly do so. Subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified each time we upload new video, and make sure to like our video. It does a whole lot for us. It helps push our video so that more people can see it. Yeah, so fold the other side like so, and press. And if this video has been helpful to you, kindly share to someone, to your loved ones, and follow us on our other social media handles. And also, let us know if you try this tutorial out. Please let us know that we're making impact. Like, okay, thank you. So now I'm going to use my hemming gum to secure this before stop stitching. Hemming gum is a lifesaver. I know some people, they say need finishing, they use it and not top stitch, but I don't think in this case, because I know that after a while it's going to pull off. So I will use it to secure, then I'll top stitch. So when you secure, you top stitch. Make sure you take your time while top stitching. I didn't show the part that I top stitch, but make sure you take your time while top stitching and iron down. And the best way to top stitch is not to use a very tight seam. You release the tension a little bit, not too tight, not too loose. It makes the dress relax, because sometimes if the tension is too tight, it squeezes. I don't know. I know it works well for me that way, so it's do what works for you. So just put it like so and press out. So now we're done with this part. What we're going to do is we're going to add the back part to it, like so, and turn it. This is how to get a neat sewing for your shoulder. You're going to turn it like so. The lining facing the lining, the fabric meeting with the fabric, and stitch the other way around, and repeat same process for that, and we'll be back. So now I've cut out my sleeve. The total length I need for this sleeve is 16 inches. So for the upper part I did 10. So this is the flare. I cut out the flare. I did 6 inches, 6.5 for the flare. I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a flare, so I'm going to put it. So all you need to do for the circumference, that's the tip of the flare where it's going to go to the sleeve. I cut out a total of 8, and I cut out 2. I just did 2, and that 2 will go round. If you see that it doesn't go round, you can expand it, and if it's too much while sewing, just push it in a little, like give it just a little gather. It works perfectly that way. Remember that your arm circumference are different. There are people, their own is bigger. So, but these 2 worked for me. So if your arm is bigger, you can increase it, or still use the 2 to be on the safe side. When you sew around it and you see that it's not fitting, you lose and expound. Okay. So just give it a good press, and this is what we have. I'm going to trim out where I don't need that. Most times there are always a little bit excess, maybe from the lining or so. Just take your time. And I'm going to add the sleeve. I'm going to sew the sleeve first. This is basically how I like sewing my sleeve. There are other ways you can sew. You can do your seam first, then attach your sleeve, but I love sewing my sleeve this way. I don't know. It's just, I find it more easier for me. So do what works for you. So now I'm going to attach my sleeve like so. And I'll connect, I'll sew it, I'll pin down, then I'll sew. I'll repeat the same process to the other side. When I'm done sewing, I would show us. Now, I cut this particular black one. I cut, I think, a whole of 44 or 45 for it. Okay, 43. Then I did a gathers. I just added I did a gathers for it, then attach it to the sleeve, and I will sew. Okay, I did show that part. Sorry, I lost the video. So now I'm going to take my measurement, my chest measurement, that's my bust measurement, sorry, and my hip measurement. Remember I said I do not need my waist measurement for this project, and I was trying to explain before, if the person you're sewing for, or if you have a bigger tummy and you know that your tummy circumference is bigger than your hip circumference, that means you will need that measurement. That's the measurement you will put for your hip, okay, with the ease, at least 1 inch or 0.5 ease for it, okay. Then you now connect it down to the base of your dress if your situation is like that. But if not, stick to this process. It will work good for you. I hope I'm not confusing you with my explanation. So now connect it from your chest to that's your bust line to your hip line, and to the hip line to the base, like you see me do, like so, just like the way we cut it out. So you just follow the same measurement like that. Take it down. So I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. So now I'm done doing that. I have sealed them. So now I'm going to put my sleeve like so. So this is what we have. This is how you're going to fix your flay. I've done on the other side, I've pinned it, but I just want to show us. So take your pin and gently pin it, and if you notice that it's too much for you, like the sleeve is bigger, like I've said before, take your time to just pinch it in with the gather. But for the side seam of the sleeve, you see what I'm doing, I'm going to reduce it because we're sewing the sleeve on you, so it will, when I'm sewing the sleeve, it will relax, if that makes sense. So just do it. In the process of videoing, taking your camera off, on, and all that, I didn't know that the phone holder moved. So that was why this is showing in a straight line instead of in the normal way it's supposed to show. It does happen most of the time, but the job has been done. There's nothing we can do about it. So just pin round and you sew. We're going to take it to the machine and do that, then we'll come back to show you what we'll have. And we're almost done. Almost. So like I said before, make sure to like our video, share our video, leave a comment, and let us know if this video has been helpful for you. If you have any question, you can always drop it in the comment section and I will answer you. We're done. This is what we have. You see how lovely it's looking. Now I'm going to fix a pocket. Yeah, I didn't show you how I cut out my pocket. The width of my pocket is 9, the depth is 9. I did 9, 9. You just like I gauge and give it a curve. I don't know. That's just how I cut most of my sleeve. I have different ways of cutting my sleeve, my pockets anyways. So but this is the measurement I used. So I'm going to go from my shoulder. I'm going to go down 9 inch from my shoulder. And that will, if you check it from your shoulder measurement, that's my armhole down to 9 inch. Okay, from my armhole I went down 9 inch. So I'm going to then from there, that 9 inch, I will go down by 7.5. And that 7.5, how do I get it? I just line my sleeve, my arm on it, and you see that it passes. You see, just try it and you see, once your hand is comfortable to pass through it, then it will be a perfect size when you sew it, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So now I'm going to sew like so. Please, not on the lining. So I'm just going to slit open this other side a little, so it will give me easy access to add my sleeve. Okay. Everybody have ways they cut their sleeve and they sew their sleeve, but this works for me. This is a method I discovered for myself. by myself. So you just put it inside like this, and from your seam allowance you go out by 0.5 and sew down to the other edge and repeat the same process. So you're going to mark this, your marking across the other side as well, so that it will align. Okay, you repeat same process like you see me, like so. Then when you're done, you just seal it like this. You just hold it and sew from this allowance, from the tip of your seam allowance there, the original seam allowance for sewing the dress. You sew from it round to the other side and end it on the other side of the seam allowance as well. So when you're done doing this, you just take your seam ripper and loose the side of the pocket. Then you have free access to slot your hands in. That is how I sew my sleeve. So easy, right? Let me know if you find this method easy. Then I'm going to hem the down part of it. And yeah, make sure to subscribe. See you in my next one, and thank you for watching. Give us a feedback. Thank you for watching. Bye.